Shalom Israel. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shad, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. And the Wadi Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shad for putting the spirit upon me to do another lesson. And it came by way of the inspiration came by way of this movie I was watching called Here Alone on Netflix. And just like many other movies, like Z Nation and Walking Dead, the whole world was basically set on fire via viruses, and that's what's happening today. The whole world is basically being set on fire, all right, through viruses, man. Which viruses bring death, all right. Death brings pestilences and more chaos. So this is that's what's coming upon this earth, man. All right, and it's really all because Esau Edom, which I'm gonna go into the story in a bit, but Esau Edom being the modern pharaoh, all right, or the pharaoh of the modern Egyptian, which is America, all right, because this is a place where our people slave their ass off, man. Okay, this is a place of great slavery for you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites. Okay, and this is why these things are happening, because Esau Edom refuses to let Israel go. And how we see that he refused to let Israel go is by constantly scoffing and scorning the word, constantly taking down brothers' channels. This is how he's refusing to let our people go. All right, because he has our people mentally, and his word is breaking those bonds, man. Okay, this word is breaking those bonds. Now, and this is Exodus chapter 9, verse 12. Actually, I'm going to start at 11. And the magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils, for the boil was upon the magicians and upon all the Egyptians. When you read throughout the story here, it was always to where Pharaoh and his, magicians came up against Moses and the power of the Heavenly Father. And guess who always won? Moses and the power of the Heavenly Father. As the scriptures also is written, Acts 5:31, it says that if this counsel of the Lord be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it, lest ye find yourself fighting against the Heavenly Father. Okay? And that's what this modern day Pharaoh is doing. Fighting against the Heavenly Father. Okay? Okay, but the more they afflicted us, the more we grew. Alright, and the more you afflict us, the more, best believe, the more this truth is going up. Alright, so it says, and the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he hearkened not unto them, as Yahweh had spoken unto Moses. And Yahweh said unto Moses, rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh, and say unto him, thus saith Yahweh, power of the Hebrews, let my people go, that they may serve me. Okay, so that's what Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is saying to Esau. Let my people go. Alright, basically, stop forcing your philosophies down their throat. Okay, because we're going to be, alright, we got to be cleansed mentally before we can be saved physically, man. Alright, Esau, he rules like there's a famous letter called the Willie Lynch letter. Alright, it's called Keep the Body, Take the Mind. And that's what Esau have done, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, this truth, alright, has freed our minds. Let my people go that they may serve me, for I will at this time send all my plagues upon thine heart, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, that thou mayest know that there is none like me in all the earth. So guess what? The Most High is showing, the Most High is making moves. Okay? The Most High is showing itself, and one of the ways it's showing itself is through these plagues. Now, when you look up plagues, let's see, it says a contagious bacteria disease characterized from fever and delirium, typically with the formation of buboes, bubonic plague, and sometimes infections of lungs, pneumonic plague. This is a good one. It says cause continuous trouble or distress to. All right. And the Most High is putting a lot on Esau's plate. All right. You got constant plagues. All right. Like here. Just type in viruses, which a virus is nothing more than a plague. All right. And look at all these things come up, man. 22 hours ago. Rhode Island mosquitoes test positive for potentially deadly virus triple E. Triple E virus. It's another virus. Oh, West Nile virus. This was 1 day ago. West Nile virus found in Kennewick, plus more infected mosquitoes in Richland. Second mass man infected with dangerous triple E virus, West Nile virus. Measles virus, you can't forget about that. You know, and these were all within, 2-3 days. This one was 14 hours ago. They even have computer viruses going out there, man. So the Most High is putting distress, as it go, causing continued trouble, or distress to. And that's just really the tip of the iceberg, which the Most High is sending viruses. All right, now you have they have something called Farmageddon. All right, because the Most High has been sending, countless amount of storms and hurricanes and flash floods. All right, over there in the Middle East, to where, a lot of these farmers, they're not able to grow food, grow crops. So that's a plague. All right, that's a famine. Salaki, that's a famine. Okay. So it's getting bad out here, man. And the Most High is putting the squeeze. He's causing continued trouble to Pharaoh. And as time goes on, the Most High is going to cause more and more and more and more trouble to Pharaoh. That's why the scripture said in Revelations 12:12, he knoweth that he have but a short time, because there's so many plagues on his ass. He gotta, you gotta make your move, man. It's like playing chess. You can't be on the defense forever, man. It's gonna come a while to where you gotta sacrifice some players. You gotta go for the gusto, because you see the walls are closing in on you, man. All right, and that's what the Most High Yahweh Shimi Yahushua is doing. All right, so this is Exodus chapter 9, verse 13. And Yahweh said unto Moses, rise up early in the morning, stand before Pharaoh, and say unto him, thus saith Yahweh power of the Hebrews, let my people go, that they may serve me. All right, and going into rising up early in the morning, the prophets of the Lord been out there since the 70s, man. All right, prior to all these, you had certain things that happening, but not like it is right now. So the Most High, all right, had Moses, all right, which, hey, starting with Abba Bivens on down, we are like Moses, man. Because the Most High, we believe the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua sent us out many times, or early in the morning, to warn this Caucasian, all right, to warn Pharaoh to let us go. To rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh and say unto him, thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, let my people go, that they may serve me. For I will at this time send all my plagues upon thine heart, and upon thy services, and upon thy people, that thou mayest know that there is none like me in all the earth. All right, so you're going to know for a fact that there is none like Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Can't forget about the mass chariot sightings, the so-called UFO chariot sightings. All right, for now I will stretch out my hand, that I may smite thee and thy people with pestilence, and that thou shalt be cut off from the earth. Okay, let's look up this word pestilence now. Pestilence, a fatal epidemic disease, especially bubonic plague, black death. Contagion, it says synonyms would be plagues, bubonic plague, the black death. Oh, okay. This is a fatal epidemic disease. Which, let's go into what is a disease now. A disorder of structure or function in a human, animal, or plant, especially one that produces specific signs or symptoms on that affect or that affects a specific location. It is not simply a direct result of physical illness or physical injury. You know, that word goes into the Latin pestis, or a plague. So a pestilence is the same thing as a plague. Alright, so the Most High is sending plagues upon this place. And upon thy people, that thou mayest know that there is none like me in all the earth. See, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to get that fear back in the earth. Because you're going to know, it's not just, you can't keep, blaming it on Mother Nature, mankind, man. This is Yahweh Shem Yahushua is doing, man. And in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up, for to shew in thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth. Alright? So the Most High is showing his power through bringing the most powerful man in this world down. Okay? Because he's the Most High for a reason. And the Most High, the scriptures say the day of the Most High is upon all the proud and lofty, which Esau, Edom is proud and lofty, man. But these things that, are happening is out of Esau's control. And as I mentioned before, Esau has a lot on his plate, man. Okay? He has to worry about the stock market crashing, which when the stock market crashes, guess what? It's no more pumping up the economy. It's no more, you have no more time to play around. You have to get to business. Alright? We know Esau is going to push martial law. Why is that? Because people are going to go crazy because there's no food, as we just mentioned, because of the plagues. Okay? It was something a while back to where truckers were on strike. That's going to happen again, man, because gas prices are going to go up. Okay? And just like in Venezuela, if these companies, if they feel like they're not making enough profit, they're just going to close down, man. Because that's the name of the game when you're doing a business, is to make profit, man. Okay? And a lot of these viruses I noticed too that are coming out, there's no cure for it. Esau can't find a cure for it. And each one is distinct than the other, man. So even if they did find a cure for one virus, what about this other virus that's killing 30 million people over here? Okay? For I will... Oh, okay, I read that already. Okay. So the Most High is sending plagues upon the earth. Okay. 2nd Esdras chapter 15. And I find it peculiar because a lot of these, I find it peculiar that, you got movies like Black Summer and the one I was just talking about, Here We Go, Here Alone. Alright. That's, popping up on Netflix, man. And Esau's trying to, tell you something. Alright, that it's playtime is about to be over. Basically. That's what the Lord is saying. Okay? And I'm gonna come back to that, but this is Isaiah chapter 14 verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. Because right now, through the carnal eye, Esau really thinks he got everything under control. Alright? So he's not looking at the plagues as a sign of change. He's just looking at it as another day. Oh, I got that. Then now when all these things come upon you, now you gotta rush, and it's really out of your control. It says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. All right? Because guess what? The Most High, as we just read, is basically pumping, Esau's head up, man, with pride. Just so he could show his power in him, man. You know? Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell. All right? This place is going to be low, man. All right? What is hell, man? All right? When you go into the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, it goes into how hell can be a condition, or it's also a grave, man. You know? So the Most High is going to bring this place down to a dead estate. All right? That's why the scriptures say, how art thou fallen? Wait, I just read it. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? This place is, a place where everybody wants to come and seeks asylum, seeks safety. You know, that's when, on Northern, a lot of them come in here, pleading asylum because a lot of where they live at is messed up. All right? But this place is going to be worse than a lot of those places like El Salvador, Guatemala, and stuff. I will ascend above the heights of the Most High, yet it says, I will be like the Most High. And Pharaoh really thought he could be like the Most High. He thought he could be better than the Most High. That's why he allowed his Egyptians. He really thought his Egyptians had a chance to go up against the power of the Lord. But as the story goes, Moses' staff, which the Lord told him to, cast on the ground, and he turned it into a snake. All right, ate Pharaoh's snake. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one of his own house. And that's what's going to happen, man. When you think now, all right, we in, the American kingdom, which is nothing more than the second leg of Rome, all right? So, you look into Egypt, but Egypt is now what? History, all right? There were greater and better civilizations than that one, man. People might read about it, but it's not like, there's Salaki. All right, kind of lost my train of thought. Going into how the scriptures say they shall now really look upon thee, basically meaning that the light of Esau, as the scriptures say, the light of the wicked shall be put out. And just like ancient Pharaoh, all right, ancient Artaxerxes, their light is put out, man. Now they're just history. They're just something you read about in the history book. That's what Esau is going to be. Okay, so 2nd Ezra 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Okay? For wickedness have exceeding polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So the Lord is no longer hiding himself. Alright, he's showing himself. And what it say in Isaiah 29:6. And the scriptures say that let's grab that. Isaiah. It's one of the ways the Lord shows himself, man. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, earthquake, great noise, storms and tempests, and flames of devouring fire. And the Most High is going to burn this place up, man. He's doing it now through the spirit of his mouth. All right? And then he's going to literally do it with the brightness of his coming, man. Which is spiritual because, the spirit of his mouth is his men. Okay? But then you have, when he comes back, the scriptures say that he's going to be blowing fire out of his mouth. You know, so this word is fire. And then when he comes back in them chariots, he's going to be blowing laser beams out of his mouth. Okay? Which that basically meaning that he's going to the laser beam from the chariots is going to be zapping people. All right? It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, back at 2 Ezra 15:7, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. All right? Because Esau refused to let us go in Exodus 21:16. All right? As well as Nahum 1:3 basically goes into how the Lord will not acquit the wicked. Those that put us into captivity, if we still in his hand, just grab it. Exodus 21:16. It says, and he that stealeth a man, all right, what were not we stolen? Because we were stolen from the west coast of Africa. You know, the majority of us were in the west coast of Africa after fleeing the Roman persecution, only to go back into slavery. All right, because we were stolen from there. All right, and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. Okay, and did not what the scriptures call them the Grecians, but Esau sold us, man, as well as the Arabs and the Hamites. All right, and when you can go into I believe it's Joel, the 2nd chapter, it gets more into that. It says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. All right, Jake getting shot down in the street. All right, Jake being done wrong in every which way. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves, giving homosexual rights, wicked exercises. Also going to I was watching a brother yesterday, the brother Ramah out of the London camp. He was going into how Esau, does rituals on this music before he sends it out. So that's them wickedly exercising themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And we complaining every day, man, because this place is truly hell. The more you talk to people, the more you realize how much of a messed up state this is. And therefore, saith Yahweh, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. And how's he going to do that? Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. All right, Deuteronomy 28:68. We're going to go into Egypt again with ships. All right, and no man shall save us. No man shall buy us, basically meaning redeem. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that God shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn for Armageddon, for their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell, and with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And as I said before, man, playtime is almost over, man. And one people shall stand up and fight against another. Oh, that's going to martial law and race-wise, but that's going to come here too, man. It's a lot going down, man. It's plenty more is going to go down as time goes past. So hey, viruses, signs of the times, man. The Most High is smiting Egypt with plagues as before, and as we just read, it's only going to get worse till they be destroyed. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect.